Every day we wake up and reach for the devices we know so well. Laptops, phones, tablets, all of them run on familiar systems. Microsoft, Apple, Google, these names are everywhere. They quietly power the digital world we live in. They've become so common, we barely notice them anymore. But while the world continues to rely on these giants, something unexpected is happening elsewhere. In a country that has rewritten the rules of technology more than once, at the heart of China's own Silicon Valley, a major player is making a move that could shift the global balance, not just in hardware, but in the very foundation of how devices work and interact. This is not a flashy product launch or another flagship phone. It's something deeper, far more serious. If what's being developed truly works, it's not just a challenge to the status quo. It could be the beginning of a systemic replacement from within. In 2019, Huawei was one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the world. Its smartphones were outselling the iPhone, its laptops were gaining popularity. It seemed nothing could stop its rise. Then came US sanctions. Practically overnight, Huawei lost access to Google services, Android updates, and even the chips its devices depended on. It wasn't just trade pressure, it was a digital blockade. The company was cut off not only from Western tools, but from the entire ecosystem that supported its business. Huawei faced a hard choice: adapt fast or vanish. Behind closed doors, work began on something new. This wasn't about replacing one app or device, it was about building a new foundation. Harmony OS wasn't launched with fanfare. It was a backup plan, a survival strategy in case things got worse. And they did. But within a few years, that backup plan became a central pillar of Huawei's entire ecosystem. According to Huawei, Harmony OS now powers more than 800 million devices, from smartphones and tablets to TVs, cars, smartwatches, and now even full-fledged PCs. What began as an emergency measure has become an ambitious platform for digital independence. Huawei is no longer trying to outplay the West at its own game. It's building its own system. Foreign code is now seen as a threat that cannot be ignored. Harmony OS is not a temporary fix. It's a complete alternative, built from scratch, step by step. So what exactly is Harmony OS Next, and why does it matter? Unlike familiar operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, or Android, Harmony OS Next is built entirely without American code. It does not rely on Linux, it doesn't support Android apps, and it doesn't integrate with Google services. It's a fully self-contained system designed by Huawei from the ground up, on its own standards and architecture. At its core is a microkernel architecture that Huawei claims is safer and more flexible than traditional monolithic operating systems. According to Chinese cybersecurity firm Qihu 360, the attack surface of this architecture is 1,000 times smaller than Windows, giving hackers far fewer opportunities to find vulnerabilities. This is crucial in a country where cybersecurity and tech sovereignty are top priorities. But it's not just about security. Harmony OS Next is tightly integrated with Chinese chips, like the Kirin 9006C used in new MateBook models. In the AI space, it's optimized for the Ascend 91D chip, used in over 1,300 data centers across China and considered a local alternative to the American Nvidia A100. This deep integration of hardware and software gives Huawei full control of the entire stack, from processor to application. This allows for better device optimization, eliminating dependence on Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm, while adapting the operating system to China's growing needs in artificial intelligence, especially given the ongoing restrictions on Western chip imports. But the most important thing is near-total digital autonomy. There is no Google Play, no compatibility with Microsoft, no Android support. Everything, from the file system to the user interface, has been rewritten from scratch. Huawei has even developed its own equivalents of essential apps: documents, email, cloud storage. This is not just a technical update, it's a full-scale digital divergence. Huawei aims not just to adapt to external pressure, but to build its own ecosystem where it sets the rules. But how well does Harmony OS Next actually work? Early tests are impressive. According to a Chinese software testing center, the new Huawei system boots 32% faster than Windows 11 on similar hardware. In multitasking scenarios, it uses around 29% less RAM, making app switching noticeably smoother even on mid-range devices. Chinese tech bloggers describe the interface as fast, responsive, and minimalist. Animations are fluid, transitions are smooth. It performs like a mature operating system. But dig a little deeper, and problems start to surface. The biggest issue is the app ecosystem. At present, Harmony OS supports about 15,000 native desktop applications. Huawei plans to increase this number to 100,000 by the end of 2025. For comparison, Windows offers over 660,000 apps, ranging from professional software to niche utilities. Many globally recognized programs are missing: Zoom, Photoshop, a full version of Microsoft Office. According to data from App in China, only 6% of the world's top 1,000 apps are currently available in Huawei's gallery. That's a serious limitation, especially for students, designers, and entrepreneurs who rely on specific tools every day. Huawei promises that more third-party developers will join the platform and that popular Chinese apps will soon be available on desktop as well. But no concrete timeline has been given. For now, Harmony OS offers a smooth but isolated experience, comfortable for those already within Huawei's ecosystem, limited for those trying to bring in outside tools. Still, Harmony OS Next is not trying to be a global clone. It is being designed for a tightly controlled environment where everything, hardware, software, and data, remains within the country. And that is exactly where the real shift begins. Leaked internal documents, published by The Information, describe Harmony OS as a resilient threat to operating system dominance in sovereign nations, especially within state-owned enterprises and the public sector. Microsoft is not the only company concerned. Nvidia, although officially barred from supplying its top AI chips to Huawei, acknowledged in a recent SEC filing that it is monitoring the rise of sovereign AI stacks in Asia. That's corporate language for initiatives like Harmony OS and the MindSpore framework. Even Amazon's cloud division AWS is treading carefully. One senior executive, speaking anonymously, admitted they had underestimated how quickly China could develop software entirely beyond their control. As Harmony OS continues to grow, the fear in Silicon Valley is no longer just about losing market share. It's about losing influence. Influence over what the digital world will look like, and who gets to write the rules, is shifting. The true strength of Harmony OS Next lies not just in its code, but in its connectedness. Huawei is not merely building an operating system for a single device. It is creating a tightly integrated ecosystem where every screen, every sensor, every chip speaks the same language. Smartphones, tablets, laptops, watches, printers, and home appliances can all share computing power, memory, and storage in real time. This is made possible by an architecture Huawei calls the super device. In practice, it means you can drag a file from your smartphone to your laptop, edit it on a tablet, and print it directly from the refrigerator's interface, all without uploading anything to the cloud. Everything happens locally, instantly. This approach shifts the battle from product versus product to entire vertical under control. Huawei isn't just betting on speed or design, it's offering a fully autonomous digital universe where every component is optimized for one goal: performance and loyalty. And in a country where trust in foreign technology is rapidly eroding, such control isn't seen as a limitation, it's a new form of leverage. The story of Harmony OS isn't just about one company, it's part of a much broader national strategy. Since 2020, China has been deliberately reducing its dependence on foreign technology. Under the slogan "Secure and Controllable," the country is advancing toward a fully domestic technology stack, from processors to operating systems, that functions entirely within its borders. Harmony OS fits seamlessly into this vision. By early 2025, Huawei confirmed that over 800 million devices are running Harmony OS, ranging from phones and tablets to TVs, cars, and now PCs. And this goes far beyond consumer tech. Government institutions in Guangdong, Hubei, and Xinjiang provinces have already begun adopting the system. China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology has declared that by 2027, all government services must fully migrate to domestic operating systems. Huawei appears to be the primary driver of that transition. In 2024 alone, Huawei spent roughly 180 billion yuan, about $25 billion, on research and development, with a clear focus on software and chip design. That money is not going into flashy features, but into systemic infrastructure, developer tools, chipset compatibility, and AI integration. If Harmony OS proves its stability and independence, it could become an export product, a kind of digital sovereignty package for governments and industries seeking modern technology without reliance on American platforms. This isn't just a competition with Windows or Android. It's a challenge to the very concept of who controls the software that underpins our digital lives. If China succeeds in building a fully autonomous digital world, one that operates independently of Silicon Valley, it could shift the balance of global technological power, not through flashy headlines, but through millions of quiet choices, one device at a time. And if other nations follow this path, what will happen to the digital systems the rest of the world has relied on for decades? The rules of the game are changing, and the real question is, who will be writing them next? To stay updated on the events shaping this new future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.